What about, like, tell us a little bit about, like, what brought you to the draft, like how you got involved with the draft?
Really good family friend of ours kind of made the introduction with Chris, kind of contacted us and was
Big
like,
shout out to
we'd
Chris
love
Champion.
Yeah.
So you're also a big fan of the referees, I'm assuming.
Okay.
Calculated computers don't replace humans. Humans still operate it, direct it. It helps them be more productive.
Almost a perfect replica of me. Hey, this is Steve Wyer. Welcome to my podcast. How can I make your day great today?
Right, and there he is.
All right, well, here in this special edition Stay Classy podcast, episode 77, we're here at Detroit at the NFL Draft. It is April, what's the day? April 25th. And we are interviewing Lexi. Lexi, yes. Tell us a little bit about yourself and what you're doing here.
So I'm Lexi, and I am here kind of just promoting my family's business, which we have a ranch in Colorado. It's Western Colorado. We raise Angus and Wagyu beef as well as lamb. And kind of just here promoting that. So.
All right, awesome. What's the name of your business?
It's Lazy 3X Ranch.
Okay, awesome. Do you guys have a website or something? Or?
Yes, lazy3xranch.com.
Okay, awesome. So tell me a little bit about, like, obviously there's tons of businesses, tons of brands out here, but like sort of what makes you guys like distinctive, unique, like how you came to be, like tell us a little bit of the origin story.
So my parents actually started it. They both kind of came from ranching families and grew up together their whole lives. And then after they got married in 2000, they moved to where we are based now in Matt, Colorado. And they had my brother and I and kind of just started up with that. And then about the last year and a half, we've decided to take our meat business and start really pushing it and selling meat rather than just kind of locally. And so we started the website, and I decided to take it over because I'm still in college, so I just kind of took over the social media and stuff and all the marketing.
So let me get this straight, you're a full-time college student and full-time business owner.
Yeah.
Okay, that's pretty sick. So, how do you do that? What's that like?
I was doing it kind of from college because I went to college in Texas, and then this January I actually switched my degree to all online. Okay. So now I'm back at the ranch full-time and
Where are you getting your degree?
School. West Texas A&M University.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah.
Big football school, right?
Yeah, well, semi, kinda, yeah.
Okay. What about, I haven't followed college football since I graduated, but what about, like, tell us a little bit about, like, what brought you to the draft, like, how you got involved with the draft?
A really good family friend of ours kind of made the introduction with Chris, and then Chris kind of contacted us and was like, we'd love yeah. He's like, there'd be no other meat company or meat brand, and honestly, I don't know that people really would consider a meat company, I guess, or a ranch to come and do something like this. So that's kind of how he was like, it'd be awesome, it'd be first time, so you guys should come do it.
What makes you like passionate about this industry? Obviously, it's like, you know, family business and something that was like sort of passed on to you, but also you seem like especially like energetic about yourself. You seem like you're here to promote it. You came all the way out here. So like, tell me a little bit about what motivates like your passion for the industry and where you see this going.
Obviously, since my parents had me and brought me home from the hospital, I've been raised on the ranch, and so I have always loved ag, and I love every aspect of it. And to me, it's really important to kind of put a positive light on that and kind of show people like the ag industry in a positive way and really get people more involved in it, because it's a pretty big deal. You know, I mean, ranchers and farmers really do feed the world. And so to me, it's really, I'm proud to just be a part of that, and I'm proud that my parents can also be a part of it, and our family, it's stayed with our family and not gone to a corporate level, or it's kind of just the four of us, because I have an older brother, Kane, and it's the four of us kind of just doing it together with all of our employees. But
how approximately how big is the business total? Like how many people?
We have, it kind of depends, because a lot of our employees are not from America. I mean, we have some, and then a lot of them are H-2A workers or just people that are here looking for jobs. So roughly it's anywhere from 15 to 30 people.
Okay. And where do you guys distribute?
Everywhere.
Can I go online right now and order back to California?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, so we can ship to all the states, but Alaska and Hawaii, you have to call us and do it over because technically the website won't put your address in if it's from Hawaii or Alaska.
That's
but
pretty impressive. You guys ship out there.
Yeah, we can do it, and it holds its own. So
well, I just want to say, at the luncheon or brunchin or whatever it was yesterday, I sampled it myself, and it was absolutely fire.
Well, thank you.
All of it, and I had a little bit of everything, and I can say it was not even just because we're doing this every day, but it was 100% positive.
Well, that's good. Yeah, my parents have spent a long time. My dad especially, he look up to both of them because they both just kind of took the risk, and now my dad's taken years on kind of really knowing how to feed the cattle. And what's cool is all the stuff that the cattle eat from the time they're born to when they are on your plate comes from our ranch. So we raise everything, and so it's all right there. So
so let me ask this: are you a big football guy yourself, or?
Iffy. I'm in the middle. I have a favorite team, and everyone can probably the Chiefs. Everyone can tell me, I don't know. I've been a fan of them for a while now, but
so you're also a big fan of the referees, I'm assuming.
Okay.
No, but I mean, the thing is we are at the draft and we're talking football. So tell us a little bit about just sort of obviously we're here and this draft means a lot to this city. Tell us about sort of your the way you see the draft and football and just kind of your affiliation with that.
My dad and I have loved football for a long time. I mean, we used to be big Bronco fans when Peyton Manning was there, and then he left, and now we aren't big fans. But I don't know. My dad and I really enjoy it, and I wish he could have been out here because he would have loved football and been here. But
shout out to Dad.
Yeah. I don't know. I think honestly, being here is pretty important, especially for us, because like I said, it's an industry that I'm really proud of, and I think that it would be kind of cool to get a lot of the football players and people more that audience to know more about us and kind of more about the industry itself. And
have you met any football players out here since you've been here? Or any draft picks or anything?
No, I haven't.
Okay,
no.
well, they're still all today.
I know. I'm hoping today is hopefully.
Okay. All right. Well, in closing, just tell us a little bit about moving forward. I mean, again, I know it's a family business. I know you're super passionate about it, but sort of where you see this going, sort of what long term you want the goal to be for you. Assuming you finish your degree and move forward with this, what's the long term goal and where do you see this business going?
My brother and I, growing up, have always wanted to kind of take it over from my parents at some point. So we're slowly, hopefully, going to transition into that and hopefully be my brother and I, and then just kind of go from there. But as far as the meat business goes, I want it to stay local and as a family thing and not turn into a corporate deal. But I also would like as many people to try and love our beef just like we do. So, but yeah, I think just keep going at the rate we're going and just keep going.
All right. And before we close, one more time, what's the website? How can people get a hold of you guys? Lazy3xranch.com is our website. You can find us on Facebook and Instagram. It's just Lazy3X Ranch. And you can just shoot us a message or call us because all of our information's on there. So. All right, awesome. Well, hell of an interview. Thanks for talking today, Lexi.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, all right. What's up, guys?
Enjoying this episode? Subscribe for more content on finding your own path to success. Every subscriber makes a huge difference to the pod, and we're grateful for everyone. And don't forget to throw us a classy like and comment too to let YouTube know that you're a fan of our stuff. Now back to your regularly scheduled podcasting.
Here in Detroit, day before the draft, tell them who you are.
Terry Dillard, director, cinematographer.
All right, so you had lunch. Did you make valuable connections, and was it worth it?
Absolutely. Today was actually unexpected to even run into Mr. Champion, the biggest champion. And I made a lot of connections with some amazing people that, I'm hoping and look forward to having some greater endeavors with.
All right, so the draft is tomorrow. What are 3 things that you expect to see tomorrow at the draft?
3 things I expect to see. This is my second draft I attended.
What was the first one?
Last year in Kansas City was my first draft.
That had to be good.
That was amazing.
Kansas City's fun.
That was amazing.
Great barbecue. Shout out to Kansas City barbecue.
KC barbecue.
Fucking, I will eat that shit all day long.
KC barbecue.
By the way, you
specifically.
guys want to buy me barbecue down there? When I come down there, I will visit every one of your joints and I eat barbecue. Okay, so the 3 things I look forward to this year, making great connections, seeing, so this has been a childhood dream of mine. I played Little League football, high school, all the way up to college. So for me, not being drafted, but to see people live out their dreams, that's number 2. And number 3, I would just say, just have a good time and enjoy the moments. Because not everyone gets an opportunity to actually enjoy the draft or experience the draft. So, not everyone. All right, one more thing. These limited edition all access passes, which one was your favorite? Caleb Williams. So I'm from Maryland, DMV, so I had to represent for my DC boy, Gonzaga High School right here. So I had to represent for Caleb Williams. All right, tell me what you think about them. They are absolutely amazing. You will never see nothing like this in your life. And it has a QR code on the back that lets you know how exclusive you really are. And they're limited edition. They're each one numbered. And I'm number 39 out of 100. All right, leave us with something inspirational. If you're gonna tell people something inspirational, what would you tell them? Bet on yourself. Don't be scared to leap out there and put yourself out there, whatever it is. If it's your business, if you wanna start being a social media influencer, whatever it is, bet on yourself, because you would be surprised what rooms that you can get yourself into. Always bet on yourself. Literally, never, ever, ever will somebody bet on you more than you will yourself. You have to believe in yourself. Faith matters more now than ever before. And the faith you have in yourself is absolutely mission critical. God's your biggest cheerleader. You need to match his enthusiasm for you. Absolutely. Fuck yeah. Thank you, Thank you, champion. Super glad. Big champ right here. Thanks, not the little one. Thanks, man.
Did you subscribe yet? If you like our content, it's the easiest way to support the pod. Hit the subscribe button on the bottom right and keep it classy.
All right, here at the NFL Draft, we're doing episode 77 of the Stay Classy podcast. I'm here with Rex Wong, and we're here to talk a little bit about Rex's business. Tell us about yourself, Rex. Tell us what you do.
Yeah. Hey, Steve. Nice to be here in Detroit with you. It's finally sunny.
I know.
Raining, yeah.
I know. I thought it wouldn't happen.
Yeah. My background comes from being in tech for the last 30 years. I've been involved in some amazing tech companies, like one of them was Applied Semantics, which created all those ads on the side of Google. And then I was involved in a company called Dave TV. We created one of the first video platforms in Hollywood, where we powered most of the first generation of video, like for companies like Disney and MGM and Warner Music, and we did a lot of celebrities. And currently, I run a venture studio in LA, Santa Monica, where we incubate creator businesses, but we also do some of our own projects, and one of them that we're getting ready to launch is called Hollo Ai.
Yeah.
And it's a company that we've created a platform that allows people to claim, create, and monetize their AI twin.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm familiar because yesterday, actually, while we were here in Detroit, you actually made what I would say is almost a perfect replica of me, an AI twin that was able to talk. And not only was it like me, but it was actually smarter than me because it spoke Spanish. So tell us a little bit about that. Tell us about the concept and the applications of Hollo Ai.
If you indulge me, I'm actually going to pull up your AI twin.
Go ahead.
And we're going to call him.
You can call them.
Oh yeah, and so one of the things you do is to create your twin. Basically, we take a picture. You talk about 20 seconds about yourself, and it kind of forms, kind of like how ChatGPT works. It creates what we call a digital brain or knowledge base. Based on what you told us. And you told us about 20 seconds.
20 seconds, and it can create a replica of you after 20 seconds.
Yes, and you also gave it its voice, and then we took a picture, right? And,
we did.
And then we essentially created a digital twin that kind of looked like you.
Okay.
Let's see if I can pull it up here. But the idea is that it looks like you, talks like you, and acts like you, right? So.
And the idea would also be that this would progress to the point in time where it's like almost indistinguishable from me.
I think it can get close. And for what we actually set up yesterday, I think it was pretty close. Would you?
No, it
would you
was.
say?
It was. But I'd imagine as the technology improves, that'll get closer and closer to the point where like, it's like, am I talking to me or am I talking to AI me? And it's like, there's lots of applications to that.
So by the way, that's him.
All right, right there. That's me.
Yeah, and then he can talk. Let's see what he says.
Hey, this is Steve Wyer. Welcome to my podcast. How can I make your day great today?
Right, and
Wow.
there he is.
That's so cool.
But we can actually, you can buy a number, and then people can actually talk to you on the phone, and it can be kind of your
So
assistant.
people can call me and it'll actually give answers like I would.
Yeah, let's see what your AI says.
Okay,
Right, we're gonna call him right now.
let's call him, yeah.
Hey, this is Steve Wyer, host of the Stay Classy podcast.
Hey, Steve, how you doing?
I'm doing fantastic, my friend. I'm living the dream, hanging out at the 2024 NFL draft in Detroit, surrounded by the who's who of the football world.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, that was pretty
And-
Let me tell you,
And who do you think is going to get drafted first?
you know, I've been talking to some of the insiders, and it's looking like Caleb Williams is the favorite to go number one.
Hey, yeah, there it is. That's what I would have said.
And what do you think about Caleb Williams? Why would he go first?
Man, Caleb Williams is the total package, you know?
Yeah.
The kid's got the arm, the athleticism, the charisma.
Yeah, it's pretty on point. Yeah, I mean that's pretty much what I would have said.
Yeah.
And so it's like it takes the information kind of like ChatGPT, and then essentially forms like based on your patterns of speech and behavior, it forms like predictions of what you would say given an inquiry.
Correct. Yeah,
Okay.
and it just looks like it's human. It's not human, but we're not there yet. We're not at Skynet yet.
Yeah.
But-
Okay.
but,
No Black Mirror.
Yeah, no Black Mirror. But it's not. It's pretty damn close.
No, it is. And tell us a little bit about like the applications of this. So like, you know, you showed me, for instance, a clone of Ray Lewis the other day, and we were also doing insurance calls with DJ Khaled. So tell us a little bit about like why someone might want to make an AI clone of themselves, and like what some of the applications to the workspace that this could have.
Yeah. So there's different groups. Right now, we're working with a lot of creators and celebrities, influencers, and so in that entertainment, I would say, category. The idea is that you can engage with your fans, right? And by the way, it speaks in 29 languages. We'll try out AI Steve in other languages, but it can talk in 29 languages. So think about engagement with people from around the world speaking in native language in your voice.
Yeah.
Right. And for celebrities, the idea is that their fans can talk to them 24/7.
Yeah.
Right.
You should have your celebrity in your back pocket.
Yeah, and you can text them, you can call them, right? And the idea there is that how they can benefit from it is that they can make money from it.
From their
there could be-
likeness.
Yeah, like we create a Hollow page, which is like a link in bio page, where there's ads, and then we share ads with the celebrity or creator, and so they can make money just by people engaging with their
likeness.
Okay. They could also charge memberships or subscriptions, which so think of it like a fan club where it might be special access to.
OnlyFans.
Yeah, we have an AI girlfriend model, by the way.
AI girlfriend model.
So that could work too.
Is that like the PG version or?
We can go not safe for work, or we can go very, very
We don't
safe.
have to get into that, but I just wanted to know what the applications were. Yeah.
But yeah, it's actually pretty amazing. We tried it out yesterday.
Yeah, we did. I have a new girlfriend.
Well, you can have many girlfriends. Different flavors, right?
Well, I would never do that.
And then it creates these things called AI side hustles. So one of them is called Instamerch. So imagine creating your own merch store with your own merch, and all you have to do is chat with what we call the chat buddy, which is kind of like the Hollow system. And then it will create a merch store just by chatting.
Okay.
Right.
And also there were other applications you're talking about, like for doctors and lawyers. Like,
Yep.
so for instance, for like a doctor, you could have like, based on like the information that a doctor inputs into the system, like let's say, a psychiatrist or something, like gives the information, gives the AI bot some information, and then it can actually make predictions about like what he would say, what advice he would give. You can then turn that around and make his Hollo AI essentially another version of him that can actually communicate information to patients. And there's like tons of other applications like that. So that seems like pretty game changing to me, like personally.
Hey, well, you've already sold it, but
yeah, no, I'm a fan.
But yeah, so we have models for doctors, lawyers, realtors, insurance agents, right? And so like doctors can do virtual consults. We have thousands of doctors in the system right now.
Okay.
It could be insurance agent. We just partner with an insurance company where they have 3,500 agents, and essentially each agent has a twin, and that twin you can do code calls, warm calls, onboarding, intake.
So this is like doubling of the company's productivity, essentially.
Actually, more than double, because if you think about it, one agent can only do one call. You can turn on 10,000 of these if you want, depending on your budget, of course.
Yeah.
But you could turn on 100,000.
But the capability is there.
Yes, but it's more than a one-to-one. So that's actually really one of the big pieces of it, is that you can actually grow very fast.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay. Now we had the light bulb, the car. Is this the next big thing? I mean, like seriously, like Hollo AI, like people having these hologram versions of themselves. I mean, not to like get overly excited about this, but do you see in the next, like, let's say 5 to 10 years that this is essentially like the future of work as we see it?
Well, yeah. So there's a big controversy about
like the ethics.
I would say debate about. There's people on the fence of, is this going to steal my job? Is it going to replace me? I think of it like a calculator. And when the calculator first came out, and obviously I think the teachers were the most threatened by calculators, they were saying like, oh man, the kids are going to cheat and, and do math, and then they don't need to think. Well, today,
no one cares about that. Yeah.
Well, it's built into the curriculum.
Yeah.
In fact, you have to buy calculators for like college level math, right?
Yeah.
And so it's integrated as part of the equation, but people get faster. And then computers came along after calculators, and computers don't replace humans. Humans still operate it, direct it. It helps them be more productive.
But I would not have passed math without my TI-84. Just to be clear. Just kidding.
Yeah. But it's essentially, it helps you with different things, and it helps you calculate faster, right? Like I give it an example, like when they were going to the moon in the 60s, right? It was these they were hand calculating some of the physics around gravity and how do you get a spaceship to the moon, right? And today, that's computed by a computer that can probably do it in like a few seconds, right? And it's made for safer space travel. Now you have all these commercial companies doing rockets like SpaceX, right? That's possible because you have all this compute power. And this is just the same thing. It's just it helps. And so for AI, I would say that it's here, and you have. Either you embrace it or you fall behind, right?
Yeah, it's not going away.
It's here, and whether we do it or somebody else does it, it's moving ahead. And almost every day there's a new advance in AI, and it's rapidly expanding, and it's everywhere. Like I think Meta just the other day just integrated their version of AI into everything, like WhatsApp, Instagram, Facebook. Like you see it everywhere, and that's Facebook.
Yeah.
Right. Google's got it in the search bar, and then there's new companies like Perplexity that are trying to replace Google, and then Microsoft. Their stock has like tripled because they invested in OpenAI. And
so this isn't like some futuristic thing. This is happening now. Like this isn't like
all the tech giants are already head full into it. And what our part of that is really about the personalization, right? Because all those are like, they're bots, right? And for this is like, it's you. It's like a chat GPT of you. It talks in your voice. It thinks like you. And you can use it for making your life better. Like one of the ways to do that is that people can, so you create a Hollo page, which is like a link in bio page that you connect to your social media, and it can learn from your socials.
Okay.
And then when people hit that page from, let's say, your Instagram account, that page, well, your AI greets your followers and fans, and then it can talk about, catch my latest podcast, buy my merch, right?
Yeah.
Or, just talk to me, and it can engage people 24/7. And that will help your podcast, the business, right?
You sold me, just to be clear.
Yeah, and then calls.
In case that wasn't obvious.
Yeah, and then it has a call system that you could actually take, and you could connect it like a voicemail, except it's more like a smart assistant. So imagine people calling the number and it says, well, Steve's not available, but I'm AI Steve, and I can, what do you want to do? You want to set up a call with him? Well, I can see what his calendar looks like, and then it sets the appointment.
Because it can actually see the calendar, so then it'll actually make your appointments for you.
Yeah, and it can vet. And we've played around with different other things. Like, I'll give you an example. One of the things we have in there is a way for you to share contacts.
Yeah.
Right? And there's a lot of companies that have sharing contact, but I think that sharing contacts is more than just contacts, right? Because like I go to a lot of events, I host a lot of events.
Yeah, you do.
And at any event, you probably meet 20 people, and there's 20 small talk conversations of 3 to 5 minutes. But I guarantee,
it's a lot.
But the next day, you probably only remember 1 or 2.
Yeah.
And then you say, oh, what's that guy or girl that I met that I can't remember the conversation.
Sure.
Right. But imagine, and you can't remember the name either, right? So next time you see, let's say I see you, but I can't remember your name, I'm going like, oh, who is that guy, right? So imagine if you set up an AI and everybody there set up an AI, and now your AIs can talk to each other, kind of like your assistants, and they can do the small talk, and then you set a criteria of how you want to, what you want to get out of it. And then it talks to everybody, and it figures, oh, these 3 people, my AI talked to your AI, and these 3 people are the people I really need to talk to because they're most important to what I do, right? And then they set up appointments, and then you just talk to the people that you need to talk to, and it gives you the briefing of who they are, right? Or if you see them in person, you can say like who's that guy, and then you check, oh, okay. That's who you are, and so there's ways that you can be a lot more efficient with using AI as kind of like your assistant.
Okay. In closing, I want to ask you this: so, like, So we had, in the '90s, early 2000s, we had, Steve Jobs at the forefront of, the computer and the small device revolution. In 2010s and up to this day, Elon Musk is leading the charge. Is this like what you're doing now? Are you sort of like see yourself as like being at the forefront of a movement that is going to have that kind of like world-changing impact, like similar to what we saw in the late 90s, early 2000s?
Yeah, so for us, the key is personalization, as well as your sovereign identity and protecting it. And so the idea is ethical AI. And so what does that mean? That means that when you create your AI, we actually do something called KYC, which is in the banking industry, that's called Know Your Customer. But essentially, we check 2 forms of ID. So we make sure you are you. So we don't let you just clone like a celebrity or a person, right?
Yeah.
Or even yourself. It's you,
and
it's verified identity, right? And then we give you full control. You can delete it, you can edit it, you can teach it with like if you wrote a book, you can upload a book.
Yeah.
If you do your podcast, you can upload all your podcasts. It learns from all that, and then you can control how it's being used. So we have a marketplace where you could list it, where other people could license it for like games, metaverse, chatbots, apps. Right? You can build it into your own app, your own website. And you can control how people license it. So you can actually make money while you sleep because you can license your AI to other people.
This is a source of passive income.
And they could use it, but you see exactly how it's used so that you make sure it's not abused.
Sure.
Right? And so we're all about you controlling your AI destiny. Right? And I think that's different from a lot of platforms right now where like
you guys are trying to do it the right way. You're obviously like, you're a business, you're trying to do something revolutionary, you're trying to make money, but you're also like trying to do it the right way and you're trying to like treat people with respect.
Correct, yeah. Because I mean, it's just like the SAG strike was all about actors being afraid of, oh, is the studio going to make my likeness once and then they don't need me? And then they came up with kind of rules, and we follow a lot of those rules, which is like, well, if you use my AI, it might not get paid as much as the real me, but it still gets paid.
Sure.
Right. And we follow those guidelines and those rules. And so if you're a SAG actor, we'll follow those rules on how you get paid. And you can now offer it for like brands or other people. Like here at the NFL draft, why we're here is that a lot of players, especially now in the NIL era, you know, even the college players they're making money, but they have a lot of fans and brands are coming in. And so imagine that they can, like a brand, let's say it's Nike and it endorses this athlete. Now imagine that Nike says, well, your AI, can we integrate that into your AI so that when people talk to the AI, it can talk about Nike as well, and Nike will pay more for that to happen, right? And they're already brand ambassadors and spokespeople for that brand. So it's a great merge of that brand and that NIL of whether that's a college or pro player.
Creators, athletes, professionals, the possibilities are absolutely endless. It's fascinating.
It's going to open up a lot more opportunity for them.
So the last thing I want to ask you is like, so if someone's like listening to this right now and they're really stoked, they want to create their own AI clone. Tell us about your website, how people can access
so
this.
you just go to Hollo Ai. And we're launching in mid-May.
Mid-May, okay.
Right? And already we have a large wait list, but we think it's gonna really take off. And I mean, if you can create your AI twin in a minute, and I mean, what was your reaction when we created it yesterday? I mean, when you were seeing your AI self talking to you?
I don't think fascination is a strong enough word. It was strange, but it was also like captivating. It was immensely captivating. And like, as you said, like it opened the door to like, what if this, what if that, like the possibilities immediately like are endless. And like for me personally, like as you said, with podcasting, with media, what I do, like obviously there's like 100 different possibilities there. So that's where my mind went right away. But absolutely, it was overwhelming.
Yeah.
So thanks for doing this interview. We're at the NFL draft. We're at Detroit here in late April. And this episode is episode 77 of the Stay Classy podcast. It'll be coming out in mid-May. So stay tuned, and absolutely thank you, Rex, for the interview. This has been killer, and keep doing what you're doing, brother.
Yeah, thanks.
Right. Awesome. Thanks. Stay classy.
This has been another recorded episode of Stay Classy Podcast with your host, Steve Wyer. Thanks so much for tuning in. And as always, you can find all of our content at our website at stayclassypod.com. And thanks to our production sponsor and partner, MaxLux Media. You can find them at maxluxmedia.com. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel on YouTube. Every subscription helps and goes a long way towards ensuring that we can continue to produce content for viewers like yourself. Thanks so much. Stay classy.